I see some people saying 6ix9ine update. Uh, hey man, I know there's a lot of 6ix9ine fans who are very concerned and very impatient about him dropping new music. What I can tell you, there was a plan in motion that included a little Tim thing to drop a song that clearly got foiled. The last time I talked to him, I told him, I said, bro, especially if you're trying to do features and shit, like, obviously, if he tells me, I ain't gonna say nothing. Like, shit, I was playing fucking dumb till, even when Wax said it, you know what I mean? I was playing dumb, but I told him, I'm like, yo, nigga, whenever you're ready to drop music, like, don't even tell me. Like, if you're working with features or whatever, don't even tell me. Like, keep that shit under wraps. That's another thing, he's been burnt or bitten like 5 to 6 times. Nigga, I told him, I'm like, yo, nigga, if you trying to get features, you're doing features, let niggas sign their agreement and do the verse right then before you tweet about it, say nothing about it, call somebody about it. Because after they sign that paper, no matter what they say, that song coming out. Fuck what they say. You get me? But it's happening. Anyway, I like, man, I be confused with 6ix9ine at times, man. I be confused with him, honestly. Like, I keep referring to his situation like Tory, and I get it. He's a black sheep because people don't want to be around him. Like, it's just people consistently saying, like, they're shunning him still, right? I just believe he should drop music like Tory Lanez. Tory Lanez is blackballed. Of course, Tory Lanez ain't shunned. Like, people fuck with him still, but he's not getting industry support. You're not going to hear Tory on the radio. You're not going to hear Tory on these big playlists at the moment, right? At least until, from what I've heard, until the Meg case clears up. But I really do think that 6ix9ine is not helping himself by not dropping music. I think every artist becomes super drunk with the idea that fans sit there and just wait. And you could tell them 2 years from now, 10 years from now, oh, and just pop up randomly out the blue. Maybe I have a different point of view because I came up through YouTube and making content. If people couldn't rely on you, you couldn't earn their loyalty. I think with artists, it's a mixed bag. People look at the likes of Kendrick, who doesn't have to drop in 5 years. And when he drops, he's going to do ridiculous numbers. I always tell people, y'all ain't Kendrick. And that's why I go back to meaningful music. Like, X could have taken 3 years off. I think his music meant that much to people. I think it was a test if Uzi meant that much to people. Like, clearly did. I don't think everybody can. And also, even if you can, doesn't mean at some point your audience won't move on. We're about at the time and the precipice where the youngest of fans are about to look for a new generation, a new wave of niggas to fuck with. They're going to look for their new Uzis, their new Yachties, their new Kodaks, their new this, their new that. Shit, Kodak be sounding like an OG, like he a veteran, like old nigga when he be complaining about shit that other younger dudes are doing that he did. It's what rappers don't really seem to understand. Time doesn't stop. And a fan of yours is a fan of 20 other niggas. And they find a new artist every day that they might be interested in. You got to drop music. Yeah. If you ask me, 6ix9ine should drop music expeditiously. By the way, he has a song that's, I think it's a hit. I think if his audience sells rock, and that, sadly, if his next song don't chart, it's because of him. They made the last song chart. What's that shit called? Zaza. They made that chart. Your next song is hotter. It's cooler. Like, again, I don't think he's gonna go top 50, but shit, if he charted at 90 last time, I think you could chart maybe in the 80s. Like, it's all about being realistic. It's the same with like Tekka. Like, Tekka, you're not selling no fucking 100,000. But like, same with 6ix9ine. Like, nigga, you're not about to go number one. Like, it's not happening. Like, industry black boy, you're never going number one. Okay, like, and you could react to the time or think about the time that you did go number one, but you were at the hottest point of your career. Like you just came out of jail. People just you were like fucking. You were like for people that were watching somebody come back from the dead. You'll never be that hot again, you know. But you have a loyal fan base. You're supposed to fuck with them. You're supposed to keep feeding these motherfuckers. So I don't know what's going on with his music situation because if you ask me, he's 4 months too late to drop music. But everybody has their own way of looking at things. And shit, maybe he'll be right whenever he drops it. Olivia Rodrigo going number one. I've never heard of Olivia